Jesse with Brownmint Horror. I'm sitting down this morning with Gregg Harris, creator of Playing with Fire, and Mr. Shaun Ryan, who had the awesome privilege of becoming Smolder Man. The gentleman right behind us here.
Yeah. Can't get away from him.
So Gregg, we watched the film the other night. It had its premiere. We were introduced to this brand new character in the world of horror, Smolder Man. I guess just first and foremost, can you kind of take us through like how the character came about?
We had this idea a year ago, and over time, we started adding more stuff to it. Me, Shaun, and our friend Jason started kind of brainstorming a little bit, add on to the story. Well, then once I was working on with the look of the character, we didn't have a name for the character. So I was working on the mask. So I did the mask, and I put the costume together. I was like, this is looking pretty cool. And so we was thinking like, well, he has to have a name.
Yeah.
Right. We was just coming out with like Hellfire or some stupid name.
Like comic.
Pyro Man would have been great.
Yeah.
We suck at names.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it was very recent too.
Yeah. And there's like Ash, I don't know, like Ash Face, something weird.
Something in correlation with fire, you know?
It's like you have a band together, you're trying to come up with band names or something for a character. It's like, man, no, it has to have
nothing. Yeah,
so we had nothing, so we all started just thinking, like, we're in our own little world of, you know, trying to think of a name for the character. And when he came home and got off work, he said, the Smolder Man. Yeah. And I looked at the costume, I was like, he looks like the Smolder Man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy if you look behind us here. That's the actual
that's
movie worn costume there.
Yeah.
So with the face, it kind of makes me think of, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, like an ashtray, like the ash. Burning.
Exactly.
And I haven't seen that before in a character or in a mask or anything like that in horror.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what originally attracted me to it when I saw you put this, teaser clip and stuff like that on Facebook and stuff. Yeah.
And then with the title, we came up with the title first before we came up with the characters' name. Yeah. We actually came up. Yeah, he came up with the title like after when I was explaining about I got the short film idea. And I told him the idea. I was like, man, what should we name it? He's like, Playing with Fire. I was like, hey, all right.
And just for the record, folks, this is before John Cena put out his family Playing with Fire movie.
I got a funny story about that. We went to the movie. I forgot what movie we went to go see, but I seen a display of John Cena, and the title of the movie was Playing with Fire. I'm like, what? Yeah, how is that, like, it's crazy. Same year when I'm releasing my short film, same title.
Same month.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, what's amazing is that
it's all good. You can't see him in the movie.
Right. What's amazing is that you can have a title like that, and you can have two separate movies about two separate
and it happens all the time, too.
Right. Obviously, John Cena's Playing with Fire is about...
It's like a kid's family comedy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Ours is a little bit more of the metaphor of Playing with Fire.
Right, and for those of you who haven't seen the film, we won't do any spoilers for you today. But as Gregg had mentioned, it is having to do with the, an adulterous wife, and like the ads say, what's coming in the dark, comes out in the light.
Yeah.
So things are coming out, and Smolder Man ends up coming out to play.
Yeah, everything spills out at the end of the short film. Everything is out there.
Yeah.
And all I can really say, if you haven't seen the short film yet, all I can really say about the Smolder Man character is that he wants to kill you slowly. Like, he's going to take his time killing you. He wants the victim to take process of what's happening to them, so you can just feel everything. Because sometimes, I'm not an expert, but I heard like trauma happens so quick you can't feel nothing.
Yeah, right.
Like you get shot and you really can't feel nothing right away or anything.
Yeah, so what happens is your like endorphins and all that adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah, so if you notice in that one part where slices somebody's neck, just stands there, look at them, just watching them, and then stabs that person.
Right.
And got 2 wounds. Taking his time.
Yeah.
And then that person gets his neck broken. That's horrible.
I mean, it's pretty horrific.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a slow death.
So
it almost kind of makes you. When I was watching it, the thought that I had was, I knew that I was watching a short film. I knew that it was, a debut for you. I knew that you guys worked hard on trying to produce this and get it out. I think the thing that stood out in my mind, though, as I was watching it, I was like, if a guy was to find out that his wife was cheating on him, the thoughts that run rampant through your mind, if you were to actually find that out, would be one of those thoughts would be something similar to this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna, I'm gonna get back at her for this, that kind of thing. It'd be like a revenge. And, this isn't spoiling anything, but I honestly thought that there's a scene where there's a gentleman at the bar, and we later find out who that gentleman is. And I honestly thought it was going to be like one of those, like, where he was still sitting at the bar and thinking, like, he had thought through this entire thing but didn't act upon it.
Yeah. That was a good idea.
And you see the other gentleman get up to leave to go meet this other person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that would have been a better ending.
Yeah,
but what's so great
is
you
takes. Thoughts.
You painted this painted this canvas, and I wrapped, like, I was involved. Like, I wrapped my head around it, and I was like, I couldn't, and I surely didn't see the ending coming that was actually filmed.
Yeah.
So kudos to you guys, man. You had my mind going everywhere.
I can't. Yeah, we got so many great ideas for the Smolder Man movie. There's going to be more, backflashes of finding out more about the husband's character, when he's in human form, of what he went through. Yeah. His military background, his brother in an army, as his best friend, got cheated on, and while he was, in war, and he watched his best friend get slaughtered. Felt bad for him, and so he's a survivor. He comes home. He's out of the army, and he's going through some PTSD, and now it's happening to him. His wife, like, he went to war. He fought for this, and he didn't want to come home to just feeling not appreciated. Like, he's going through. So he went to a dark place, and I think when you're in a dark place, I think that you can be possessed by something. Just like the quote I put in the beginning of the short film, like, it can take you places that you never thought you could go.
You have all these, serial killers we have, like Ted Bundy and all those guys.
Like, I mean, you see it on the news all the time with the homicides and stuff going on, but, my thing is, like, what triggered that person to do something like that?
Right.
Like, that's what I want to... So that kind of inspired creating a story like this, except, putting a little supernatural element in there, too.
Yeah. Or imitating life.
It's like a demon starting to control them, pretty much, like, slowly, like, turning into that.
Yeah.
And it's just like a possession movie, like, sooner or later, they're going to take over the body like that. That's the whole... Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so...
We could get into a much more philosophical discussion based on that.
Yeah.
On some things that I feel like as far as actual demons, I think they're great for theatrical releases and cinema. I feel like the real demons are the ones that are created through ourselves and through outside influences, and maybe the way that they grow and that they feed are from our own emotions, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we feel that things go. I think that's really what feeds them. It's kind of like if you give time for a thought, such as maybe cheating on your wife. The ladies at work.
And that's going to be another part on the Smolder Man movie. Idea.
Yeah,
because how we have dating apps now. It's so easy. Yeah. Temptation is so easy on this thing because you got dating apps. So there's going to be a character. It's going to be a cheating husband cheating on his wife through dating app, and we really want to put that. Today's technology of how easy it is to go behind somebody's back.
And we want to spread the cheating. We don't want to make it seem like it's, the wife cheating on the husband, so the next one will be a man cheating on the wife, Spread the love a little bit.
Yeah, right. So the guy, there's going to be a husband.
There might be some female revenge.
Right.
Some So not spit on your grave type stuff.
Yeah, so that's how the Smolder Man
comes in all forms. So
like after the short film, the last scene of the Smolder Man, that was him supernatural. Like he was a demon form. Like he's no longer human. The demon took over him the whole nine, and so I just thought, man, the idea of like, man, like I've never seen that done before, where if someone breaks their vow and they cheat on their loved one, like, they have like a religious wedding and they promise a vow and they always stay faithful, but once they become unfaithful and they break that vow, like this character is gonna come curse you, and
so it has
bad shit happens.
It has a whole thing.
When you cheat,
like we want everybody to see this and be like, okay, you have playing with fire. You have the Smolder Man. So basically, when the love dies in your relationship, the fire goes out. The smolder comes up. It's the
it rises from a dead.
It all
fire.
has a theme, man. It all flows together.
It's kind of like the Smolder Man character is essentially that spirit of infidelity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Correct.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
so much education.
There's so much more story to tell. Deep. It gets deep. This is a deep character right here.
Greg, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the film It Follows.
Yeah. The STD ghost. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. We'll always wear a condom, kids. Yeah.
So why not have an infidelity demon?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And I just love that idea because it never been done before. I mean, I watched several underrated horror films. I never seen that idea like that. And I was like, that's a great.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Kind of like to refer him as the Grim Reaper of
I can
love.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Marriage is sometimes in a religion, tradition, and the Smolder Man, like, okay, boyfriend, girlfriend, okay, you cheat on a girlfriend. That ain't Smolder Man ain't gonna rise and curse you from that. Like, it has to be like a marriage through. Like a religious wedding, for him to, and if you break that vow, then you're gonna be punished.
I guess when you have this entity take over, and I mean, it's such a killer concept, man. And
see, the demon uses someone that's broken anyway,
right?
So like he was a broken.
I checked
man.
out before. Before I became Smolder Man.
Yeah, he checked out. He was pretty much possessed. He was pretty much in the process of possession.
Yeah.
And he went through the pain, and he just become like a numb. He just didn't feel nothing. Emotionless, just.
Now, is this in real life, or is this to become the character?
This is the character.
I hope it's.
I mean, look, we all have our experiences in life, and I'm familiar with this kind of territory a little bit, but I didn't use the whole shebang to get into the psyche of becoming, homicidal or anything. As far as that goes, I just, told him.
Yeah.
Like, I went to YouTube and, looked up cases and how they became and stuff like that. But.
Well, I mean, perfect segue to talk with you about what was like playing the character as far as, motivations. I know you're about to go into that. So the Smolder Man character, obviously, you guys created this character, and it's kind of like, okay, here's the mask. Yeah. And it's kind of like, what direction do you give him? I mean, if we're talking about Halloween, the direction was just walk.
Yeah.
I mean, so for you, what was that?
It was really cool. Like, as far as the casting and stuff like that goes, he could have picked anybody he wanted. Yeah. I'm the roommate, and it's, I'm here, but, like, I told him I was vocal. I want to play the entity. I want to play that character because I felt like I could do it. Well, for me, it was like, okay, how do I create this identity through this character, the Smolder Man, with my actions? It's like, how do I do that? And there were times I, looked at myself in the mirror, just looked at mannerisms. And then you got actors like Kane Hodder, he's really renowned for his breathing with Jason, he's got his characteristics. And I was like, the Smolder Man has just got to be broken. He's just got to be a broken man. How does a broken man look? Yeah. You kind of go back to your mind of experiences, and you watch stories, and you're like, you just got to look checked out, man. You just have to have these manners. Like, the Smolder Man's got this one signature mannerism with his head. He does this a lot. That's his, he's looking at a victim, not really a victim in his mind. It's somebody that deserves what's coming. He's already got it mapped out how he wants it to be. It's just, just be broken. That was my preparation for him.
goes way more into the psychology of being, the possession, the especially after something that has happened, as far as like the infidelity factor, all of that stuff. It's almost like this character is taking over the persona of a broken heart, mixed with facets of evil such as anger, retribution, revenge, that kind of thing. Man, I think from the articles that I've read about actors who have portrayed a masked character, there's way more freedom in it than if you were to be unmasked.
Yeah.
And just play yourself, the way that you come across screen.
Right.
Not that it doesn't have its limitations as well.
Right.
But it's like, once I put this mask on, it's like you throw everything to the wind. You create this, like, your movements, your body mannerisms, like, all of that is what is basically evoking life into this character.
Right.
I love it, man.
And, you see a lot of actors in the interviews, they're like, once you put it on, you feel like you become that character. That is true. That is a very true statement.
Right. Perfect analogy. Love referencing Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween 1 with Nick Castle versus Halloween 2 with Dick Warlock. Both play great Michael Myers, but when you see them on screen side by side, you can tell who's who. You can see the differences in the way that they,
especially the shape of the mask. Like, I believe how until they used the same mask, but it was a different shape because actors had a different shaped head. So
right,
cheeks stick out a little further into, or
right. Dick has a little bit. Dick has stronger cheekbones. I think he was pushing out a little bit farther. I think he was also a few inches shorter. You can Wikipedia that.
Yeah. They probably used several actors too for fill-ins and stuff, especially the first one.
Stuff like
that. The original one. Yeah, you had Tommy Lee Wallace in the closet.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop right there because we could get into a whole other video.
That's a whole new video.
At least that's the way I kind of I'm seeing it. I'm perceiving it. Others might feel a different way, but
it's a good perspective.
That's kind of perspective that I get. Yeah. I'm not in any way trying to feel sorry for this entity or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think when we go through certain things in our life, and
self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage. I mean, how many stories have you heard about somebody, going on a bender, and binging and stuff like that, losing their job after something that had happened? Man, humans are kind of fragile in a sense. We're pretty self-destructive.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always good to have a great support system.
Go out and
make new friends, folks. Don't be afraid.
Relax.
Call your mama. Make sure your family is good.
Alcohol's good sometimes.
Don't take life for granted, man.
Don't take life for granted at all, man. Absolutely not. And that's actually going to bring up my next point, such as life and kind of like what we're called to do in a sense, or what we find that we love and what we're passionate about. Gregg, you and I, just quick story about how we met. Gregg, you and I met at Death Yard, which was a haunted house that was put on. Fantastic haunted house that was put on by our mutual friend Carol Moore. Shout out Carol Moore.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Mr. Seymour.
Right, exactly, man. You got to come back and see us, bro.
Yeah.
So we met there. Gregg had the awesome task of taking over the character of Michael Myers in a fantastic scene. Yeah, a long time ago.
2014, I believe.
14.
Yeah. 14.
God, man, was that long?
Could have been, yeah.
God, dude.
Feels like it was 20 years ago.
And speaking of Carol, I always wanted to play the Michael Myers character in that.
Yeah, that was fun.
I can't remember what I did. I think I did security or something like that. Not quite a character.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about security for the venue, not for the actual... event. That's okay. It's all under the bridge. Okay, so met Gregg playing Michael Myers. Thought that was cool. And really, other than that, we just been kind of sending stuff back and forth to each other as far as horror-related stuff.
Yeah.
I guess it was about 2013 or 2014 whenever I started the Brownmint horror Facebook page. Quick backstory on that. It was a friend of mine, my best friend. He and I worked at a cell phone store together, and we're sitting there during, a day where it was dead. We both love horror movies.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, let's just let's try to get a community together or something like that.
Yeah.
And out came the page. We started working on content, Freaky Friday facts, and then I don't know, we had little monikers for every day of the week that we were trying to release content on and stuff. But
and that's good to have because, man, this it's kind of like a small community. Like, I need more friends that like stuff I like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm into horror stuff, and, you know, some people think it's weird. So, you know, I got friends not into it, you know, but they think it's weird, but, you know, we still drink a beer together. But it's really fun, you know, if I find, like, another collector or a big horror movie, you know, friend, and, you know, go to the movies together and eat popcorn together. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the Mike and Jay when we watch a movie, because they bring this family together.
Name drop.
Oh, shout out.
Shout out
to the Wham. I first discovered them on YouTube. Like, man, I feel like we were just best friends, just looking, talk about horror movies all the time. I was like, man, I wish these guys, like, would go to the movies with me. Like, these are, like, my dudes right here. Like, type of friends. But they bring awesome people together in that community, too.
Right. That really is kind of like the reason that, like, I was eager to get involved. I had mentioned something about trying to help you with production. Things fell through about that. But I wanted to help you out, and obviously help me out by getting some content together for my page and stuff. But the way I've learned, you know, I've been alive for 31 years. The way I've learned that, you know, success is built is if you help somebody else try to succeed in what they're trying to do, you'll succeed too. So if you're trying to help better somebody else, you'll better yourself. You know, stay positive, all that stuff. Not to get on a motivational soapbox or anything like that, but
it's hard. Like, when I was first in life trying to figure out, okay, who's going to be in this movie? Who's going to be the cast? I went through several people, and it's hard to find people to commit. Like, people say, oh yeah, I'll do it, but then, you know, hey, once it's time, it's like, oh, they can't make it. There's always something. So it's hard to find the people that wants to commit, you know. And so, you know, luckily, you know, we found Christy Williams. Shout out
Christy Williams.
Yeah, she did really good. Like, she didn't have any acting experience, and, you know, most of her takes was just the first takes. You know, of course, you know, I gave her some liquid courage.
Right, exactly.
You know, Fireball.
Wait till you see the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray content.
There will be a Blu-ray coming up.
Really? How exciting! So that was definitely a surprise. We were going to get that on today's video. Well, that's, you know, one of the things we were talking about the other day too. With I think I helped back the Kickstarter campaign for Never Hike Alone. Gregg, you've helped back Never Hike in the Snow. So shout out to Womp Stomp Films and all those guys over there.
Really good job, man. Really good.
If you haven't checked out, I know things are tied up in, you know, litigation and stuff like that over the Friday the 13th franchise. But if you're eager for film to take in, go to YouTube, check out Never Hike Alone. It's done by Womp Stomp Films. Fantastic film. 2 characters in the entire movie. Well, until you get to the end, and then you get to see some fan favorites from the franchise, which is pretty cool.
Little Jason Liz reunion.
Right, exactly, man. 58 minutes long. You can't beat it.
Shot really good. Oh, wow.
I even so when I backed it on Kickstarter, I actually got the VHS copy. Because I was like, well, you can watch it on YouTube, and that's cool too. But, like, I wanted to because I love collecting VHS.
Me too.
Oh, killer. So, learn new things, man. So, like, the VHS, they did their custom artwork on it and all that stuff. And what was cool is, like, it's not in, like, a slipcover box. They actually put in, like, a Disney clamshell.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool with, like, the slipcover inside. Yeah, pretty cool.
You know, it's funny. It's so crazy. Like, if you want to be a filmmaker, it's so easy now to do it yourself. Like, with all the, you know,
technology.
That short film I did was from this. It's crazy.
And we're not saying, okay, so let me reiterate what Gregg is saying. It's easy to pick up and start and do. Absolutely. So there's no reason why anybody, if you're thinking about starting about getting into filmmaking, I mean, I know a couple people that do documentaries and shoot music videos and stuff like that. You can totally do it on this technology. This is no different. What Gregg did, this is no different than, you know, somebody way back in the day picking up their Super 8 and going to town.
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch,
Right. You know, which was basically, what, a handy cam from back in the day?
If you have an idea, and, you know, I don't have, like, the best equipment, but
what we're getting at is,
so, like,
you have no excuses anymore.
It's really cool that, you know, what this is capable. What this is capable of. It's amazing what you can do with it. You know.
Right.
If you have an idea and you have, like, you know.
It's literally in your hands.
It's in your pocket. Just have the idea.
This video brought to you today by the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus.
And send me free iPhones, please.
Right. Sponsorship.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. That's one of the aspects I really wanted to talk about was like there's no excuses anymore. I mean, you guys both work together. Mm-hmm. You both came up with this idea, and you guys shot it, followed through, edited it, and what we got is what we got. It's like I was telling you, I was like, is this a Martin Scorsese edited masterpiece?
No, definitely not.
No, but if you ever thought about making films and you're being a little weenie and you haven't decided to actually follow through with it yet, these guys have one more film over than you.
Yeah,
so
do it.
One more film over than me. So
Nike said it best: just do it.
Yeah. Right. So the important part is, holy cow! Now you guys have shot this film. Mm-hmm. You have all that sense of urgency and that fear and what's it going to look like, how's it going to turn out. Mm-hmm. All that's under your belt now. Mm-hmm. You have all that now. Now you've got this character you're going to expand upon. You've got concepts for the next film. Mm-hmm. I mean, a franchise because of the other ideas that you have. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm stoked, man.
Yeah, it's
no pun intended.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm having a great time doing this. Like, cool. This is what I'm passionate for. That's what I want to do. I want to create. I want to recreate, a horror character. I want to create horror films. And I'm not big in front of the camera, but I like having ideas and telling a story. And that's what I want. That's what I like.
And this really goes back to what you were saying earlier about helping each other out. Because he's passionate about filmmaking. I want to be an actor. I want to continue to do that. Yeah. So it's like internal support system of the passions here. It really. You're building character and you're building your dream all together.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to a wise man that said something even wiser. It's not about what you know; it's about who you know. So
that's true.
The fact that you and I came together, you guys met and known each other for a while now. Mm-hmm. Work together. You guys have that bond. You guys have ideas. You're bouncing stuff off all the time. Mm-hmm. I'd love to help you guys out in the future. Oh, yeah. Anything I can do. Channel wise, promotion. Get together and watch a flick. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Spitball ideas. I don't even care. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to be. Say I had a hand in it. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. I don't even care about. I don't even want to get paid. Like I just want to enjoy making a film.
Right.
I want to have a motion picture out there with a story to tell and just, hopefully people be entertained by it.
It's contributing more ways to bring that community together, too.
Right. And, hey, if you happen to make a few bucks, that's okay, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's plenty of B-rated movies out there that have paid some electric bills as house notes. So, I wouldn't mind taking a cut of that. Yeah. So, as far as paying bills... Gregg does have another side hustle as opposed to his day job and filmmaking. Gregg makes, you like to create. Tell us a little bit about what you like to do. What's your side hustle, Gregg?
Well, I like to have a Jason mask and turn it into some kind of little team spirit,
Oh, wait, here's something else.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to kind of go through these here and show the camera. So, here we have, this is going to be... Shaun, you want to hold that one? This is going to be more of a traditional hawk, as the cool kids call them. And so I know you guys can't tell this by obviously you look at these and see that these are great. But as I'm feeling these feel like a movie quality hawk. I mean, this is like a legit piece of prop or whatever. You know what I mean? This doesn't feel like something you got at the dollar store or anything like that. Yeah. Or even was it Halloween Express or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like that. This feels like, number one, it was done with somebody's hands. You got some love, you got some love and sweat and tears in there, man.
That's one of my first ones I made. This one was
feel like a QVC.
The Roy Jason. The copycat Jason. Yeah. Kind of looked like dirtied up rain look,
This is
this is one of my first ones I made right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's not for sale.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got this one. This is Gateway Paranormal Society.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. Yeah, y'all should check them out. Get on YouTube and check their content. Really cool guys.
Yeah, selling on
they got really
network.
Yeah.
We'll put a link down below in the description and the comments about Gregg's video, where you can purchase these hawks if you decide you want one. Now, Gregg, these are custom too?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so if you're in the Nashville area and you're checking this out, so this one's for you.
I should have got my first Smashville Jason hockey mask. That's the first Predators mask I made. But yeah, this is starting an idea. It's like, I'm a Nashville Predators fan. It'd be cool, to have a, hockey mask with, Nashville Predators,
And Gregg, is it true that you've dressed up as the Nashville Predators Jason before?
I did. I was Smashville Jason. I went to the game. Man, a lot of people gave me weird looks, but some people were into it. It's not for everyone. And it wasn't on Halloween either, so it was probably like, I don't know. I forgot what month it was, but it wasn't Halloween.
It was like a March 6th.
It was spring.
Yeah. It was like spring, a little springtime. But yeah, it was a cool idea. I was like, we want to make me like a Jason Voorhees, Nashville Predator themed Jason.
Nice.
And that's and then, I posted that mask on Facebook. And, one of my friends like, man, make an Alabama one. And,
oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
They start coming out of the woodwork.
I make a Alabama mask.
He had to make Jason Mask missing teeth.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, Alabama fans.
Yeah. But,
they kicked Tennessee's butt. Man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But, so that kind of, put a light bulb over my head. Like, ooh, I can do different things with this mask and do different teams, different themes. I like that. Different teams, different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, guys. The way that these feel, you can obviously wear these.
Yeah.
Wear them,
display them.
Yeah.
They feel super comfortable.
It's good on you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You need a block of cheese on top of that.
Yeah.
Not a Green Bay fan by chance, but dude.
Yeah.
My stepdad would love an Oakland one.
Oh yeah, dude. I have several already made. And I got a good stock right now. But yeah, I can, whatever team you want, whatever character, I can do Joker. I want to do the Walking Phoenix Joker.
He's done
that would be awesome.
A couple of Pennywise.
Yeah, I got
really cool.
Mm-hmm. Those are good.
So that's kind of cool, like a blend.
Mm-hmm. Anything, really. Yeah.
Which I'll be picking up my orders back up. I just had to take a little break for filming. And I'll be back at... throwing some paint on my hands and put on a mask.
We'll be walking around here high as a kite, folks.
Yeah.
So many fumes.
Yeah, a lot of fumes.
Well, I think we've had a great chat today, man.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot as far as like production and what went into like everything, and we talked about your mask. I don't want it to sound too much like a talk show, but
fun. I'm nervous. Right. I'm trying to play it cool. I'm probably trying to play it cool.
Let's have some more of this coffee.
Ooh, that's stout.
So I think how we would like to end this video is I kind of want to just ask you guys, how did you get introduced to the horror genre? Gregg, we'll start with you, man.
Well, thankfully I have awesome parents that gave me like a great, perfect childhood. Man, my childhood was awesome. They didn't mind me watching horror movies, so I actually remember seeing Child's Play 2 at the theater. Or even Ernest Scared Stupid.
Right.
Evil Army of Darkness. I remember seeing Jason Goes to Hell at the theater when I was a kid. Like, I have so many memories as a kid at the theater of what movie I saw. And I remember seeing the original Pet Sematary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's the first horror movie that actually scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, too. Because, you got Cage, and when he got hit by that semi.
Right.
It's just, wow, you see kids die when you're a kid. It's like, oh my God, like, it's scary, But
piggyback off that real quick, shout out to that kid who played that character. He is reprising his role as Dylan from Wes Craven's New Nightmare in a new fan film.
Oh, wow.
Really?
No way.
Yeah. So, I saw that the other day. So, stay posted on that. That's funny you brought that up.
That's cool. Yeah, man.
And you just had your own premiere.
Great child actor. Yeah, great child actor. Oh my God.
Yeah, reprising his role. That's a killer.
That was the movie I remember that really scared the crap out of me as a kid. This Pet Sematary.
Nice. Shaun, what about you, man?
Well, see, I've always had this fascination with the paranormal side of things. Growing up. When I was a kid, we lived in a house that was really close to a cemetery. I'm talking like, man, no more than 40 yards. Fence, cemetery.
I've seen that place you're talking about.
And when I was even younger, we lived in a house. Things happened in this house that left traces. So I kind of, I grew up in it in a very early age, and it always drew me that fascination with ghosts and spirits and all this, and leaking into scary movies. I wanted that little thrill of being scared, staying up late, on Cinemax, Showtime, watching, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right, absolutely.
And
Good
then,
times.
I had older siblings. They loved to scare the piss out of me. Like we got 7 years, 9 years age difference. They always set me up. Always, playing Ozzy Osbourne, locking me in a dark room, doing stuff like that.
Right.
So it's always been there. I've always enjoyed it. And, Gregg and I, we've known each other since elementary school, off and on through the years, and I moved in. So it's like, it's cool to, be around it all the time. It's always been there.
Yeah.
And, I've always, loved Michael Myers. That's the one that was always in my dreams. Not Freddy. It was always Michael Myers.
Right.
Yes.
Just that silent entity.
That lurking presence. Man.
Well, that's a perfect segue to bring up my story. Shout out to my mom for, thank you, who introduced me to Michael Myers first and foremost. So my mom, way back when, I got introduced, she worked at a video rental store.
Sweet.
This is way back when you could actually rent a VCR.
Yes, I remember that.
The place that she worked at was eclectic. I mean, they had anything you could think of in this place. I remember her coming home one weekend and VCR, helped her hook it up, had a stack of videos, and Halloween 2 was actually the first Halloween film, like horror film I remember seeing. And, it picks up where the first one left off, and you have the hospital stuff, and, when you watch it, and then you go back and watch the first one, it's the first one's way more tame.
Oh, yeah.
But it creeped me out more. The second one was kind of like watching, any kind of, shock value slasher at the time,
Yeah.
But going back and watching that first film later on, I remember watching it with my brother. It had just been released on DVD, folks. And he had a DVD player. I watched it, and I was like, that's when I realized that music had a big part in movies.
Oh, yeah.
That score.
That's the hardest part for me. Like, I'm trying to find the right movie just for a short film. And, I just want to make the story, and I just want to just make the story, have the story there. But when you, music-wise, man, to me, I think, man, it's hard to do, to find the right music with what's going on in the scene. Like, you have to have the emotion, there.
Right. It's got to match.
Yeah, it has to match, yeah.
Right. Well, Gregg, Shaun, I want to thank you guys both for the opportunity to sit down with you guys to talk to you about Playing with Fire, The Smolder Man, horror movies.
Yeah.
Promise you guys, when we edit this, it'll be way better as far as condensed and to the point.
I was so nervous. As soon as I opened my mouth, I'm like, I need to shut up.
This is our first sit down interview, so
we appreciate you coming and doing it.
Hey, no problem.
Really
My pleasure. I'm so glad I got to be a part of all this.
Yeah.
Talking about your debut, posting updates and stuff like that. So Gregg, let's end here. Gregg, where can we follow Gregg at?
I got Facebook. You can search my name. If you want to search my custom mask page, it's at Custom 13th by Gregg. Custom with a K. I like to be a little ghetto with the spelling.
Gregg 2 G's.
Yeah, Gregg 2 G's. Yeah. So you can find me there.
I'll put links down below and everything.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing to say.
Yeah. And YouTube wise, you can find us at the What Up Though channel, where you can find the Playing with Fire short film. It'll be up there.
Also links down below.
And I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know.
So gotcha.
Yeah.
Shaun, do you have any social media outlets you wanna pitch or anything?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook under Shaun Ryan. You can find me on Instagram, Spunky Monkey 84. That's SPUNKY MUNKY 84.
Yeah, Gregg's butt on Instagram.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Instagram.
And, our man will put the links
Gregg's
below,
butt.
of course.
For sure.
And to reiterate what Gregg said, you can find our YouTube channel as well for future content.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks so much. This is Jesse Browning with Brownmint Horror, and this has been our interview with Gregg Harris and Shaun Ryan for the film Playing with Fire. Thanks.